Hey Krystal, this is the second time I've tried to record a video using whoever's wireless I'm using, and it didn't work the first time, so I'm hoping it works this time. Hold on. I'm just going to mute my TV real quick. Okay. I wanted to, ouch. I wanted to apply to the video that you put on your blog, and I'm not going to link it here or anything. There are just a few things that I really wanted to say. First of all, I can't directly relate to your situation at all because I've never been in that situation, and I'm not going to pretend like I know what you're going through. But I think that something really important that we as humans have for one another is empathy. And I can certainly empathize with you and relate what you're going through with something that I've experienced. First, the truths about your situation. 2.2 pounds is not that much. You've lost more than that, you know? So, like I said in my comment, you can lose it. This is something that you're really going to have to pace yourself with. And I'm going to use my situation for example. In recovery, we are taught that relapse is a part of recovery, and that generally relapse is going to happen because the lifestyle of using drugs is what we're used to, just like the lifestyle of having an unhealthy relationship with food is what you're used to. And it's hard to change your lifestyle. It's very, very, very hard. And that's why I said in my comment that I respect you so much for making such a, it's such an insane change. I mean, this is really, really, really amazing. But they say that relapse is a part of recovery, and about 5 or 6 months into my methadone treatment, I was at a friend's house who I used to do pills with, and she offered me, a line of Oxy, and I took it. And I felt really, really horrible about it. I just beat myself up over it. I felt like I'd let everybody down. I'd let myself down. I'd let my mom down. I'd let the clinic down. I'd let everybody down because I did that one line of Oxy. And I was trying to blow it out my nose, and of course, 2 days later at the clinic I got drug tested, and the drug test came up negative, so they didn't detect it in my system, and I took that as a sign, to never, to not ever, do that again, to do my best to resist that kind of temptation. And I've done pretty good, I've done well so far. But I think it's natural when you are in the midst of such a harsh change to have a relapse, to kind of revert back to your old lifestyle. Because like I said, it's just what we're used to. And humanity and being a human is funny because we're so we never want anything to change. We hate change. But yet change is the one thing that always happens. Change never ever changes. And change is the only thing that never ever changes. But yet it's something that we're so very afraid of. So it only makes sense that in a period of immense change, we revert back to our old lifestyles. We relapse. That's part of our recovery, because we learn so much from these experiences when we relapse, and we feel so guilty, and we feel like we've let ourselves down, and we feel alone, and we feel all these negative emotions. These are massive learning experiences for us, these breakdowns. You know, I think there's like an emo song called There's Beauty in the Breakdown, or there's some emo lyrics that says there's beauty in the breakdown, but there is, because through those breakdowns and through those momentary relapses, we learn so much about our life and why we chose to change our life, why we chose to change the path we were on. So almost these relapses are almost necessary, you know? And um, like I said, you know, our situations are very different, but then again, they're so very, very similar. Um, they both, you know, require a huge change from what we're used to. They both require a lot of strength, and, you know, with strength comes weakness, and, you know, they require a lot of pain, but we have to remember that if with strength comes weakness, then certainly with pain comes happiness, you know? So that's what you have to remember, and you're gonna have these moments, you know, that your video, this is probably not the only time that you're gonna feel this way. But just remember that, like I said, those moments are really, really, really valuable lessons. Um, really valuable lessons, because they teach us so much. They teach us why we decided to make the change in the first place. But the thing is that you just can't let it get you down, because you've made so much more progress than this little setback, you know? And, you know, 2.2 pounds probably feels like a million to you. But if 2.2 is a million, then how much is what you've lost so far? You know? And you are doing incredibly well. So I think that it's really important that you have a tight-knit support group, you know? Like I said, I certainly care to hear your feelings, and, you know, even though we're not going through the same thing, our situations are so different. Like I said, our situations are also really similar, and it's so important to have people that you feel will listen to you. Um, Even though when we're in these situations that most people aren't in, like, you know, most people aren't drug addicts and most people aren't battling with their weight, it's really easy to feel very alone. It's very easy to feel singled out, lonely, and it's easy to get stuck in a rut and get stuck being depressed, because you feel like there's nobody that understands you, because they're just not going through what you're going through. You know, and it feels like people can't understand you if they're not going through what you're going through. And the truth is, they can't understand exactly what you're going through. I can't understand exactly what you're going through. You can't understand exactly what I'm going through. But we can relate, and we can empathize with one another. And through those things, we can find support. Um, and you have Brandy, who left a really, really awesome comment on your blog. So there are people that care. And I know, trust me, that when you're in that I don't give a fuck mood, there is no one. You know, it doesn't matter how many people care, there's just no one. You know, I know how that feels, trust me. But I wanted to make a video response, because sometimes text isn't really enough. I'm at like 9 minutes and 10 seconds now, so, oh my god, that's so loud. So I'm running out of time, but there are people who care. I certainly care. You are incredibly gorgeous. You're doing an awesome job. Do not let this get you down. This is a small setback. Like I said, you know, you can lose this. There are going to be more times like this, and expect them and accept them and learn from them. You know, it's really hard to reflect on them and meditate on them and take them as a learning experience and a lesson. And um, I have no doubt that you will succeed. And you're going to be